What's up, Taiwan? I'm Ethan Liu with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. A new 4-year national development plan passed by Taiwan's cabinet has laid out ambitious economic targets for the country. The plan aims to achieve an average economic growth rate of 3.6%. It also aspires to raise Taiwan's per capita GDP to over $40,000 a year, with a focus on surpassing that of Japan, South Korea, and eventually Israel. It hopes to achieve this by boosting the value of Taiwan's AI and chip sectors in the coming years. Faced with frequent typhoons and earthquakes, Taiwan is a country where natural disasters are a fact of life. To deal with the challenge, a disaster readiness movement born in Japan is gaining followers. As John Venturez reports, certified volunteers are organizing not just to respond to emergencies, but to lower risk factors before they happen.
A team of volunteers clears a creek bed of fallen branches. Today, the water is all dried up, but when storms come, debris blocking the creek's path makes the water rise dramatically, overflowing the stone embankments that hold it in, and even putting people below these hills at risk. From floods and typhoons to earthquakes and landslides, Taiwan is a place where natural disasters are simply part of life. And until recently, first responders and the military were the only hope for people caught in their path. But since 2018, a trend imported from nearby Japan, a nation prone to many of the same disasters, has started to change that.
防灾士当初在日本呢，其实也是因应的很多的一个灾害情况发生，有很多热心的一个民众，那希望能够到现场帮忙，但是呢，这些民众可能也不一定有受过一些专业的一个训练，所以呢，日本就建立这样的一个制度，然后希望培训一些比较有专业技能跟观念的一个人员。
That training begins in classrooms like this, where volunteers undergo 2 days of rigorous instruction in CPR and other essential skills. At the end, there's an exam, and those who pass become certified community safety specialists. They're not only on the front lines when disaster strikes, but also there to reduce risk factors, even simple ones like fallen branches in a creek bed.
灾害它的基本的技能包括受伤的救护急救，甚至说他对于这个整个将来他可以作为宗旨教官去推动社区的防灾。这个我们一系列都会在2天内密集的个防灾师来受训。 让他可以独立的照顾自己、照顾家人、邻居的帮忙，甚至可以规划社区怎么去做这些防灾工作。
The community aspect is important. In many cases, those who pass the exam band together with others in their community, patrolling, removing risks, and checking in on vulnerable neighbors, warning them of approaching storms and other dangers. Some are even organized to the point that when disaster does strike, they all know beforehand what their duties will be. Some who've seen these groups in action say this level of structure and readiness has already paid off.
像我们这次04、03发生的事故，我们就把我们族群一报，我们的防灾士的大家聚于一体，我们就去协助人家。
So far, 280,000 disaster response volunteers have been trained on the Japanese model. When compared with Japan, that's still a low number per capita, though. That's why class organizers want 150,000 more certified by 2026. Ready for any future disasters. Delphine Chen and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
China's Gen Z is coming of age but facing long work hours and mounting economic pressure. These young workers are turning towards a way of life with ancient roots. Jonathan Kaplan takes a closer look at China's wellness industry.
Plastering the streets of Shanghai. Ads for vitamins, probiotics, and mushroom supplements. Part of a boom in China's wellness industry. Chinese medicine practitioner Zhang Jinghua is teaching adults about reproductive health. She says she's filling a gap in knowledge about general health.
我觉得年轻人现在真的越来越多的会去关注养生啊，会去关注他的一个健康的一个保养啊，健康的管理呀。这也说明在年轻人当中需求多。为什么需求多呢？就说明他们已经感觉到了这方面的不足。
China's Gen Z and millennials are turning their focus towards their health. And the concept of yangsheng, cultivating one's life force, is appealing to overworked urbanites. One of Zhang's students says the traditional medicine classes are revealing new ways to look after herself.
我觉得一方面可能是现在人压力太大了，然后就是也是比较亚健康的状态。那如果大家身体上出现了一些不舒服，那可能也会更多的去寻求养生这方面的一些解决办法吧。
With growing economic woes and sky-high housing prices, young workers are feeling squeezed. Combined with lingering anxieties from years of battling COVID in China, the younger generation is turning toward their health as a way to maintain their own sense of balance and control.
看到这种针对性的，就是苦口良药嘛，还有就是对肝好的东西，然后就会觉得很想喝这样的东西，就是感觉对身体很好。因为现在年轻人很喜欢养生。
But these kinds of health solutions are nothing new. China has the world's second largest health and wellness industry, worth more than $680 billion US. And the first Chinese medicine practices date back to 200 BCE. But the rise of online influencers is fueling a new type of demand within the industry.
另一方面，我觉得因为现在社交媒体上就也涌现了很多养生类的博主嘛，那大家看到了之后也会去掀起这样的一个热潮。
Whether a trend or a traditional way of life, China's young people face an uncertain economic future. But they're refocusing on what they feel may be their best investment, their health and longevity. Scott Huang and Jonathan Kaplan for TaiwanPlus.
British street artist Banksy has completed a series of animal-themed artworks around London. As Chris Gorin reports, the murals are bringing a little joy to a country on edge.
This painting on the gate of the London Zoo depicts a gorilla and several other animals eager to escape. It's the grand finale in a series of animal-themed artworks produced over the past 8 days by British street artist Banksy. London Zoo staff say they're excited to have the world-famous artist's work on their gate, and that despite what's taking place in the image, no gorillas have ever attempted the act.
No, and certainly haven't had a gorilla escape. So all the gorillas here, perfectly happy in their lovely home at Gorilla Kingdom. They've got air conditioning today, whilst we're all out here sweating, I hasten to add. So the gorillas are having a great time.
The series began with this mountain goat in London's Richmond neighborhood, and has been followed by a number of others in different parts of the city. The artist has not commented on the meaning of the works, but some locals think the timing may not be a coincidence. The UK has recently seen its worst public unrest in a decade, with violent anti-immigration riots across the nation led by far-right groups, as well as large counter-protests against the rioters. And safety has been an issue with these artworks too. This howling wolf painted on a satellite dish was stolen in broad daylight within hours of its debut. This black cat painted on an empty billboard was quickly taken down by the sign's owner. He said he wanted to keep it safe and would donate it to a gallery. But most locals are just happy to see the artworks during such a fraught time.
I came in person to say thank you to Banksy for acknowledging and recognising who we are as a community in Walthamstow, and that we wanted actively to stand together with our neighbours and tell those people who spread hatred and racism and Islamophobia they're not welcome here.
It's just nice to have something that is internationally recognised near us, and I think as well with the marches that we had, like it's an area that's so diverse, everyone showing real solidarity. It's nice that we've had this week.
Whatever the artist's intentions, Banksy's new series seems to be bringing a little more life to the UK when it's most needed. Patrick Chen and Chris Gorin for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website and follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we leave you with some surfing highlights from the Itaquari-Ara Big Wave Championship in Brazil. I'm Ethan. Take care, and I'll see you next time.
For more news from Taiwan and the world, follow TaiwanPlus on social media.